What is this? Judgment Day.
Batman: The Long Halloween Part 2 completes the tale of Gotham City's year-long holiday killing spree. In the process, it also cements itself as not only one of the best animated features to star The Dark Knight, but one of the best Batman movies, period. The choice to split The Long Halloween's labyrinthine murder mystery into two films allows the story to breathe and for the mood to build as we follow the threads of the holiday killer deftly laid in place in Part 1. The movie's script largely sticks to the graphic novel that inspired it, with a few divergences here and there that are relatively minor and mostly effective. When both parts are taken together, it makes for an experience that's just as engrossing to watch as it was to read in the comics, and that's no small feat given how The Long Halloween is one of the most captivating reads in the Batman catalog. The movie also takes that catalog's extensive rogues gallery and puts it to exciting use, with the Joker, Penguin, Poison Ivy, Mad Hatter, and Scarecrow all popping their heads up at one point or another. Even with that fun checklist of baddies, it's really a showcase for crusading District Attorney Harvey Dent, or the man who will be Two-Face. While 2008's The Dark Knight made Dent's fall the fulcrum of its narrative, it's The Long Halloween that gives us a gratifying deep dive into the madness that made him a new man.
I'm sorry no one told you, Harv. Told me what? You're dead.
Josh Duhamel voices the villain, giving a gravelly basso profundo to his Two-Face characterization that bears similarities to Richard Mall's voice work in the animated series. The Long Halloween expertly sets up Dent as a microcosm of Gotham City itself, making one moral compromise after another while convincing himself it's for the greater good. It's a well-deserved and well-executed spotlight on one of Batman's most interesting villains. When it comes to the rest of the voice cast, Katie Sackhoff is a solid Poison Ivy, the late Naya Rivera is an empathetic Catwoman, and Titus Welliver is also effective as notorious gangster Carmine Falcone. Troy Baker stands out with an absolutely astonishing version of Mark Hamill's iconic Joker voice, while John DiMaggio serves up an enjoyably Cockney-infused spin on the Mad Hatter that's a far cry from Roddy McDowall's soft-spoken take on the animated series. Meanwhile, Supernatural star Jensen Ackles steps into the large shoes of Bruce Wayne. While it can be a pretty thankless job trying to follow some of the iconic Batman voices we've gotten in years past, Ackles is a good fit as a younger, greener Batman who's learning that this job will require him to be a detective as much as a figure of fear. One of the best things about The Long Halloween is how it isn't meant to exist within the universe of animated features DC has been producing for the last several years, and instead stands apart as a self-contained detective story that, while rewarding familiarity with Batman and his universe, can really play effectively regardless of how ensconced one happens to be in DC Comics. It's a compelling story adapted with care and performed with conviction. Taken together, both parts make for not merely one of the best Batman animated movies, but one of the best Batman movies ever. For more, check out our review of Part 1 of Batman: The Long Halloween, and for everything else, stick with IGN.